All right, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free to play mystery shard only run video. Today we are going to be talking about the sewers of Arnoc, and we're going to be running through this to get 3 stars on the Nightmare campaign. Now, first thing we have to do is switch it to Nightmare. That's the important thing. Now, the first thing to note about the sewers of Arnoc is that it's not terribly difficult. All right. However, there are these lizard guys. I believe it's this guy. And basically what he does is he revives and puts up a block damage buff. Now, if you are far enough in this game where you have heroes that can remove buffs, things like that, it might make this a little bit easier. Just know that when you first get here, you're probably not going to have that stuff. I mean, you can get here very quickly. I think you can get to Brutal in the first week. You can beat Brutal 3-star in the first week, possibly the first 5 or 6 days. So, first 4 or 5 days, actually. So it just depends on how vigilant you are and how much you have built up your starter champion. But there are going to be some things in here that aren't going to be fun. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these guys out because I'm farming to level them up. And we're going to do the same thing we did for Carrot Castle, however you want to say it. We're going to just bring in Kale, and we're going to bring in our good girl, Spirit Host, all right? And we're just going to go. Now, from what I remember about this, because I haven't done this one in a while, is that these two are pretty handy at just winning, all right? They're going to be able to beat it as long as you have your heroes built reasonably well at level 60 and you've been focusing on heroes rather than just kind of spreading your resources out onto other heroes. These two should have no problem beating this. Now, are there other heroes that can do this? Yes, there's plenty. And there you go. There's your first block damage. Essentially, what you're going to need is just heroes that can take the damage they put out. That's it. As long as you can take the damage and not die, or you can heal yourself back up from their hits, then this isn't too bad. You might get sleep put on you at the worst time, and then somebody will be, will block damage, and then the problem will only get worse. Now, otherwise, this is pretty straightforward. Sewers aren't that bad. I mean, stage 1 and stage 2 are essentially just kind of introducing you to the Nightmare campaign and kind of giving you just like little tidbits of what you're going to be up against later on. All right, this does get much harder as you progress. The first area was basically just a bunch of nonsense. You just kill things and that's it. This section will introduce to you revival and block damage, which is very annoying. I don't know why that guy revived without it, but hey, we don't care. We just want to get through it. But these two are really good. You've got Kale in your lifesteal gear. I don't think I really need to go into showing gear this time. I think I showed it last time. I mean, maybe I'll just show it, whatever. It's fine, just in case you're watching a separate video. But yeah, these guys both have champion spotlight videos on my channel where you can go into depth as to how they're built and what they kind of look like at high level. But yeah, you don't need much to get through Nightmare campaign. It's in the beginning. These areas, especially like the first 3, they're almost just going to be advanced versions of the Brutal version. So if you're able to beat Brutal and you got your heroes to 60, these areas shouldn't give you too much trouble. And to be honest, you really should try to 3-star the first few areas quickly because you do get some silver and some gems and some other things. I think you can get, if you're really vigilant, you could probably get the ancient shards that pop up. I think you get like 5, I think from here. So that's a really good thing to get. There's some books coming up. I mean, that's later on, but if you can get to at least the 5 ancient shards, that may help you out if you are summoning. We are not summoning, so technically speaking for me, it didn't really matter if I ever touched Nightmare campaign. But we do want to progress and we do want to beat the game, so we went through it. Now, this section really is just going to be the same guys you saw before, like these reflect damage guy. I mean, not reflect damage, these counterattack boneheads. You're going to get the block damage heroes, and then it doesn't really get difficult in this area. I remember the first time I went through this, the only time it got difficult was when there was 2 or 3 of these guys that could do the block damage revival crap at once. That's when it got a little bit dicey because my heroes weren't well built at that time. So it did give me a little bit of trouble, but I was able to 3-star it with a little bit of kind of like playing around with it. I couldn't auto it. I had to manual it. So it wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't doable. It was workable. You can get through it. Now, if you are summoning ancient shards, or if you're using the free heroes that everyone gets, then you might have heroes like, say, Death Knight or Deliana, or you might have, I don't know who the hell else is out there. Um, you might have Rhonda. Like some of those heroes, if you've built them, can replace Kale. Just make sure that they are either defensive enough where they don't die, they have life steal so they can heal themselves back up, or you have a very good healer that is super defensive that can keep your DPS hero going, and then you really shouldn't have any trouble in these fights. This shouldn't even be a question, to be honest. If you can beat the first area, then you shouldn't really have a trouble with this one unless these counterattacks and stuff. If these counterattacks and block damage buff guys are doing that much damage to you, then you probably shouldn't be in here to begin with. Remember, this specific run that we're on right now, I'm about 9 months in, so I still haven't completely 3-starred Nightmare campaign. I've gotten through, I believe, 8 stages, and I have 12 left 3-star. I believe I have the 2 stars on almost every single area from 8 to 12. But as far as these areas, yeah, I don't have too much trouble in here. My heroes are a lot more further along than yours will be. So don't get disheartened, all right? Just know that I didn't even touch Nightmare Campaign until I got Drexstar, going past, I think, I want to say stage 6 to 8, somewhere in that range. I didn't push past those at all. And I did 1-star a lot of them with 4 heroes in the beginning just to kind of milk out some of the rewards from the bottom of the screen that you get. It's really whatever you want to do. You could ignore this entire campaign until you're at the point where you're able to have better heroes that can run these things, or like when you have Syl and Drexstar and Yannicka and all these other heroes. But it's not. It just means that you're going to get your rewards later. It doesn't mean that it's nothing's going to really change. I don't personally farm Nightmare Campaign ever. I can't really think of a reason that you would want to farm Nightmare Campaign, as it is a severe drain on your energy. Like just doing this video, I mean, I'm using what, 15 or 16 energy per fight, plus 18, I think, on the boss or something. So you're looking at a good, 770, and then probably like a good 100 to 120 to 130 energy just to run these through for this video. So if you're failing a lot, it's going to eat your energy up. So don't get too crazy if you're having a lot of trouble. Like if it's just like a one-off thing that kills you, then yeah, keep running it. But like don't go crazy trying to win these and wasting all your energy for a week just because you want to get that one extra fight in. It's just not worth it. But as you can see, this is literally your only roadblock as far as a new player. If you're not a new player, then I wouldn't say that these are roadblocks at all. I would say this is kind of a joke. All right. But if you are a new player, just know that you don't really need to do this. This is where you're going to start having trouble with 2 heroes, because you might have a hero that gets hit like that, and then you can't heal off their hits. So when they have block damage up, your healing attack on lifesteal doesn't work. All right, that works for shields, it's all kinds of stuff. So what could happen if you're not defensive enough is, let's just say you're using Kale, he might get hit once and then get hit again and die. So that's where the problem would come in if you're a newer player and you don't have your team kind of built out the way I do. My Kale is basically 43,000 power, I think, 44 possibly. Spirit Host is around 30, but she's also built specifically for what she does. So I can't really say that that's a big deal. All right, so here's the boss. Let's see how it looks and how it goes. I don't think this one will go any different. You do have some reindeer jerks in here. They can freeze you and do some annoying stuff. So if you're not killing them as fast as I am, which you will not be if you're just getting here, just know that you may have teams that will freeze you and cause some other issues to make you not get through this. But the good news is that I'm doing it with Kale and Spirit Host right now. So it means that you can do it if you just build the heroes that you currently own, because you're probably summoning. You're probably getting better heroes than me. Most people aren't stupid enough to do what I'm doing. They're not stupid enough to only use heroes that you get from mystery shards and only heroes that you can pull from like shops and stuff like that, or from logins. Most people aren't as dumb as me. All right, don't be stupid like me. Use the heroes you have. So there you go. Sewers of Arnoc, Stage 7 Nightmare. So essentially, you can basically use anyone you want. Let's just see who else we can use. Let's edit team. So we're gonna run in. I did this on the last time. Let's try Galek, because like I said, he's one of the ones that most people will pick. We're gonna try Galek and see how he runs this. I did run this with Zephyr Sniper the last time we did this. I will not be doing it this time because Zephyr is going to make the fight really slow, and I don't think we really want to do that. But this is just to kind of show you that almost any nuker with Spirit Host and Lifesteal gear can basically run this and not have an issue. Shouldn't be too much of a run through on this. Once we start getting into like stage 4, 5, and 6, you're going to start seeing more specific things that you might need or specific affinities that might work better. I know there's certain times where I just decided to go for straight attack just to be able to kill a certain wave faster because it was giving me trouble. There are things you can do when you're not doing this on auto that'll make your run a little bit easier. Sometimes killing everything fast is a viable way to finish a run. It might only be just one specific fight. It may not be the whole run. Like it might just be like stage 6 is giving you trouble because there's one hero in there that'll put, reflect damage or something crazy on you. So there you go. Galek can do it and Spirit Host. Let's see who else we got. Who else we got? Let's see. Let's throw in a weird team. Let's do it. Let's do something different. So if you are using crazy strong heroes, no, let's not do crazy strong heroes. Let's do not crazy strong heroes. If we had a basic nuker in lifesteal, let's just say we are using, let's see if it works. We'll use her. Now this is a red boss, so let's use her and her. Let's just see if this works. She increases crit rate, so that's more important. Let's see if 2 not defensive heroes can do it. Let's just see. I always like to try something a little bit different every time. There you go. You got some kills. Continuous heals are never good or provokes. But these guys both have lifesteal, so they will heal themselves back up when they fight, if they ever get a turn. There we go. She does have sleep, which is nice. The weekend isn't very pretty. Now, remember, these are level 60 heroes with pretty good stats, so, oh, there you go. That fight wasn't that bad. But it looks like they can handle themselves. As long as they can take that hit from the block damage heroes, then this shouldn't be a problem. I just use Spirit Host because she's my favorite, and I like her. That's really it. But you can pretty much use any group of heroes that you've built if you've been smart enough to build them to max. That's it. Like if you've not been, don't go around getting a bunch of 50s. If you have a bunch of 50s right now trying to beat Nightmare, yeah, you should just wait. Just wait. But there you go. Almost any 2 reasonably built heroes in Lifesteal can get you through Nightmare campaign. All right. Is there any other team we want to maybe mess around with here? Sure. Let's try some other heroes that everybody might have. All right, so blue is the worst thing we could do here because red is strong against blue. So really we can only do blue or green. Let's try Outrider. I don't know if Outrider has lifesteal though. No, he's in HP destroy. He might die. But you know what? Let's try it anyway. Who else do we got that's in lifesteal? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller. All right. You know what? We're gonna do. This is gonna be dumb. I don't think it's gonna work. But you know what? Let's try it. I'm curious. Let's see. I did it last time. We're gonna do it again. I want to see if this works. I feel like they're gonna die. I feel like at least Outrider's gonna die, which is a problem, obviously, because he's not in HP lifesteal. So that's a problem, which could cause some issues. But we'll see. We'll see. She does have a heal, so there is possible that she can heal him on auto, but I think he's going to end up wiping himself. All right, he's got some healing, not a lot, but let's see what happens here. He's got the fire arrow. So basically, it's looking like if he had lifesteal, then this would have worked. So I have him built for, what is that called? For Scarab King. So he's not really set up for this kind of thing. But yeah, if you put him in lifesteal, he wouldn't have died there. He would have been fine. I might even consider putting him in lifesteal for my own personal things because I don't believe it would really affect him because he has HP Destroy in his kit. It's just nice to have it on all his skills instead of just one. Well, looks like she's not caring about this. She's like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm Zephyr Sniper. I do what I want. All right, it's just going to be a duke out now between these two. I don't know why. I wasn't going to do this. I really wasn't, but now I'm like, all right, why not? So it looks like it would work. So yeah, if you have Outrider and just put him in lifesteal, and then you got no problems here. Look at that. Uncommons can win this. Just make sure, like I said, lifesteal's it. That just gives you an idea. My Outrider is very strong, so he can do these things. I just don't have him in the right gear. All right, he's not set up for a campaign. All right, so there you go. Sewers of Arnoc. Nightmare campaign is not very difficult as long as you've been building your heroes. I'll just show you a couple of the heroes. Like I said, I did this last time, but we're going to do it in every one because you might not want to watch all 12. You might want to just see, the ones that we got. So Outrider, like I said, he's an HP destroy. He's got some attack on his chest. Probably if he had defense, it probably would have won anyway also. So you could consider to put him in a defensive chest. Speed on the boots. He's got attack, attack, and attack. Probably not your best option. I'd probably say crit damage, but hey, it is what it is. Skills, he's got all maxed. Masteries, these are his masteries. We'll look at Zephyr. She's got those masteries down to War Master and some defensive stuff. All her skills are maxed, and she is in Lifesteal. Once again, Lifesteal is all you need, and that's it. The Lifesteal, and you don't die. Crimson Slayer, once again, lifesteal. That's why they all survived. Skills all max, Phantom Touch Blessing. And there's her masteries. We used Soulbond. She's got her masteries down to War Master, and then on the support tree, all of her skills are maxed with Phantom Touch Blessing. She is in lifesteal as well, which is literally one of the best sets in the game, I guess you could say, outside of the other one that you get from Doom Tower that can heal you also. But I think it gives you crit rate. I don't remember. It gives you something. Who else did we use? We used Kale. There you go, Lifesteal. What a surprise. Lifesteal, skills, Phantom Touch. All his masteries are done here. Okay, I think Galek is about in the same range. We didn't even finish him yet. He's getting there, but his skills are maxed with Phantom Touch Blessing. And he, once again, Lifesteal gear is what you want. And then our girl, Spirit Host, who heals herself anyway through her A1. She also has the Bolster set, which heals her by 10% every turn. So she basically gets 2 heals every turn that she attacks, which is very nice. All her skills are maxed, Phantom Touch Blessing. Masteries are as is. So just to be clear here, as long as you're building your heroes, this is it. That's the lesson that comes from like almost every single one of my videos. It don't matter what hero you use, as long as that hero is built, has lifesteal, or can regen some other way, or it has a healer, or can block damage. Anything can get you through a fight as long as you understand the hero you're using and build them correctly. So there you go. That is the Sewers of Arnoc on Nightmare. I know these videos are short. That's why I'm trying to add as much as I can in there. A couple of extra little fights here and there. We'll see. But yeah, the later fights are going to be a lot longer. Like when we get into the part where it starts reflecting, counterattacking. Yeah, we're going to, probably be in that area for about an hour. So it's going to be a long fight. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Definitely like, subscribe, share my videos, please. Everybody needs to see these. The more you guys share and comment, the more people will find out and the more videos I can make. So please feel free to do that. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave a comment. Remember, this is a community. You can ask whatever you want. You can say something that I'm doing wrong. I have it happen all the time. So I'm not mad about it. I will respond. Unless you're a complete jerk, in which case I'll be a jerk too. But hey, that's just life. All right. So this is the Sewers of Arnoc on Nightmare Campaign. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd. And you guys, yeah, take care.